How are you? Hi, everybody. How are you today? Couple things I got to say up front before we get started. One is I have an eye infection in my eye. You probably can't see it till you get up close, but it makes me very sensitive to light. So when I put on the sunglasses, I'm not being a diva. I have an eye condition. Secondly, there's a lot of people in the chat today, and they came for the Dre McCray story. I was supposed to bring on Molly Golightly telling her story about how Dre tried to get her arrested and a lot of other stuff that's going on. She's really trying to prevent bloggers from telling the story. So I was going to bring some of them on and they were going to talk about that. There's been a confusion of the timing because I was going to air it at 6 standard Pacific time. Then people were inboxing me all day, so I tried to move the time up. So it got tangled in the time, so it has to go back to the original time, which is going to be tonight at 6 Pacific time. And don't miss it. Don't miss it. It's going to be crazy. This story is crazy. As I said during my last video, a lot of people blame her for him going into the coma, and they're basically saying that she is the one that is doing all of this. She's cray. So today, just to keep everyone familiar, I'll just go over a couple things that she's been saying today on her social media. Just a quick update, nothing in depth. And then tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, oh boy, you're going to get the full details of what's going on with that case. In the meantime, we're going to talk about Wendy Williams, how she's refusing to see her son, and her brother Tommy is pissed. There's no other way to put it. He called her trash. Then we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels' cause of death. We're going to talk about Tristan and the Chloe situation. Yeah, I'll explain it in detail. But in the meantime, before I get to all of that, let's pay the bills. Today's video is sponsored by Magic Spoon. Hey guys, as you already know, I'm in love with Magic Spoon cereal because it fits so well into my lifestyle. It's 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Not only does it taste delicious, but it's also keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. It's the perfect cereal to get my day started. Of course, fruity is my favorite to-go flavor, but Magic Spoon is now allowing you to create your very own variety box. Click on the link below to get some Magic Spoon cereal today. You can build your very own variety box and use my code Sharrell for $5 off. You could choose from the best-selling flavors, including my favorite, fruity, cocoa, frosted, peanut butter, cookies and cream, maple waffle, blueberry, and cinnamon. But wait, Magic Spoon is now adding Honey Nut to their permanent collection. So be sure to add Honey Nut to your custom box and try it out. So click the link below and use code Sharrell for $5 off, or go to magicspoon.com/Sharrell to save $5 off your order today. And be sure to add the new flavor, Honey Nut, to your custom box. Okay, let's bring up the panel. Hey, Perry.
Yeah!
Oh, I can't. Hey, Diva. Are we really going to do this today? Okay. If you haven't already signed up for Perry's hotline, here we go. Please don't forget to do so. The number is 1-702-553-3288.
Yep. It's a must, people. I mean, today inflation is up, whether you got water or air, you must have this hotline, people. 702-553-3288.
Anyway, the things that me and Diva have to put up with, it's crazy. So let's start with this Tommy and Wendy story. Okay, so someone sent the video to Perry's hotline. I do like the hotline, I will say that. It's a must. Really, Joey? It's a must. Really? Okay, crazy. Someone sent this video to Perry. It's Tommy is talking and he's upset. He's upset because I guess Wendy's son, Kevin Jr., tried to go visit his mother. She didn't show up.
Mm.
He's mad. He's pissed. And he's saying that he calls her dumb in this video. He's just frustrated. A much different tone, Tommy, than I've ever seen before. Usually he's just rambling and really silly and stuff like that and doesn't say anything but a bunch of, you want to hear what's going on and he'll give you some fluff. He'll give you some fluff and all of this stuff. But today, and you haven't seen it yet, right, Perry? He's pissed.
Yeah, I seen just like maybe like the first minute of it. Then I gave it to you.
Okay. It's long. It's 6 minutes. I will stop. And if you guys want me to stop in the middle, we're going to do it that way again. I like doing that. And just narrate as we go on what's going on. Because to play the whole 6 minutes in its entirety is just too much for me. I like to stop and tell you what I think and then carry on. So here we go.
Seems like it should be a great time. Great time for family, great time for her son. But it's not. It's a great time for everybody inside of Wendy's head. And I don't know who those people are. Could just be a cloud of people inside of her head that aren't people. If you can figure that out. I'm not clinical. I can't attest to be. All I know is what's provided to me. It's not looking good. It's not looking fair. It's not looking fair to the main person who deserves fairness, her son. And my eyes are starting to open up. My patience is wearing. And her son is up there to spend what could be monumental time with his mother, if she opens the door. That's the reality. That's an example of how hard she's pushing away people who love her.
And I'm going to say this. So the rumor is she's not seeing her family, but she's all surrounded by that new manager that used to be a jeweler, Will Selby. And the family can't get to her. So it's like she traded in one guy that was very controlling, the Kevin Sr., for another one.
Yeah, but it's a difference in the two, though. But go ahead.
He's not talking that she has dementia. He's not saying she's out of her mind because of her health problems. He's saying she's choosing drugs and alcohol over her family and making these stupid decisions. And I'm going to say one of the stupid decisions is Will Selby.
Right.
How do you turn your multi-million-dollar company over to a jeweler?
Well,
He's
I'm going to tell you
not
how.
even a manager.
Let me tell you how. She had Kevin before.
Uh-huh.
Kevin kept that other bit. Now, just by watching her actions right now, Kevin kept that shit afloat. Now, how good of a husband he was, that's up, that's between those two, right? But this pimp Will is
Harry,
only
did you
there.
just call Will a pimp?
He's there with his own, for his own reasons. That's cash.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. And I think Tommy has got to the point where when you have people in your family, like Tommy could have known that Kevin did most of the business stuff and Wendy could be this flake at times or whatever. But I think it's frustrating to see your sister destroy what she had built.
And that's one thing. He seems serious in this video. He seems genuine to me. I'm going to keep playing it, but Tommy's usually goofy and or beats around the bush when he talks. No, he's direct. So now I want you guys to listen on his feelings as to what's going on. Hold on. Bonji says, I've been hard on Tommy. I respect him for this. You have to respect him for this. So now let's really listen. And the video was really low. I had to go in and alter it a couple times to try to make it as loud as I could possibly get it. It was very, very low. He's outside, so it's no microphone and stuff like that. So now I want you guys to listen to his true feelings. He's frustrated.
It's frustrating. It looks like no end in sight. I see her with short shorts and poom poom shorts at 58 years old. You know, you talk about dragging. She's dragging everybody, namely her son. She's selfish. One thing about Wendy is that she's always been selfish. All the way back, way before the Wendy Williams show, way before radio. She plays people. I can't call her a player. She plays people. You know, something about a player is different. There's a sickness. There's a sickness that's resided inside of Wendy for years, as long as I can remember. And she's holding too many lives in the balance, you know, while she's doing her, right? With whomever. And while everybody's worried and concerned and losing sleep and losing their mind over how Wendy's treating herself, how people are treating her, you know, not how she's treating others. You notice I didn't say that, because we all accept that. We've all been accepting of Wendy's treatment for years, all of our lives. Because Wendy's numb and dumb at this point. Do I love my sister? Yes. Yes. Every day. She is mean. She's abrupt. Heartless, trying to get my nephew's trying to get in there now to his mother. Was with him yesterday. Talked about the trip, smiled, laughed, you know, nothing but positive energy and hope. Spoke to him first thing this morning. He had the first flight taken out. He was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's telling his feelings about his sister. He called her selfish, sick, heartless,
Right.
mean, and abrupt. With that being said, he did say he loved his sister. And he said she's been selfish her whole life.
Right.
Now, next, he's getting ready to talk about what happened when little Kevin caught a plane, went north to go see his mother, and she stood him up. And this is the loudest I could get it, guys. So that's why I'm also trying to narrate what's going on. And it broke little Kevin's heart, and it broke Tommy's heart. They're upset. No one can get near her because this Will Selby's being so controlling about who's around her. Now, can you imagine? You have to go through someone else before you could see your mother?
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, because Will right now, he's all in the bedroom and all in a banking account.
I laughed when you said that
I'm just keeping it real.
They're having intercourse, but I think he's sexing her up. That's why she came on the show. I mean, did an interview last week saying she just wants to be effed. Who says he's sexing this woman up every night? Let you guys, everyone, be quiet as loud as it can go, and let's hear him explain what happened when her son went to go see his mom, and she stood him up.
Up there and excited. You know, I was excited for him. He landed safely, reached out, great. And now the moment of truth, as he beckons to see his mother at the gate, right? At the pearly gates to see Wendy, right? She is not our celebrity. She is not the family celebrity. She's a member. If she has her son out there like he's the paparazzi. Trash. That's what she is for doing that. She's trash. She could hoist those 3rd grade shorts up her ass and step out and go to the club and see what her future brings. That's how I feel right now. She's wailing away at her own ass. And then gets on the internet and talks about how bad she wants to. I'm not going to turn my channel into something horrible. How much she wants to bang somebody to bang her out. She got a son, she got a 91-year-old father, she got a mother in the heavens looking down at her. She has a sister, niece, and a host of, and a lot of fans to look at her as she selfishly says how she feels about her direction in life. And that's the best choice of words you can come up with.
Okay, I see a lot of you are in the chat for Molly. And Molly, are you in the chat? Because if you're in the chat, come up. I thought it was my understanding that you were going to do it at 9 o'clock your time. Let me drop the link for Molly if she's in the chat. Because if she is, we could just do this now. Sorry, guys. I see a lot of people are in the chat, and people are, looks like she's in the chat. If you're in the chat, Molly, come on up. Anyway, in the meantime, with this Tommy thing, he seemed sincere. Okay, slow down the chat. Okay, hold on. Chat's going crazy. Let me try to slow it down for my mods. Okay. Diva, what are your thoughts on Molly? Oh, not Molly. On
Tommy.
On Tommy.
Tommy.
I don't like the video, right? Because you
Why?
said a lot of key points here. You said she was always selfish, right? She plays people. The sickness was always there. So if she was always selfish and she always played people, what is your need to come out and do this video now? Because you was covering up for her at first. Okay, but now you want to come out. I understand. You know that this woman is not well. You know this. That's her brother, right? He knows that she is not well. He knows that the woman that we're seeing that's sitting in front of the screen talking about, I want to F, I just want to F. He knows that's not the Wendy we're used to seeing. And I do agree with Perry. As much as we dislike her ex-husband, Kevin, Kelvin, or whatever, he was holding that stuff together. Now we see the unhinged Wendy. You understand? We see the Wendy without Kevin behind her. She would have never done an interview like that if he was still managing her in her life. So she's with this user, this Will Selby, right? That's using her, and he is in that bedroom giving and doing everything she wants, and she's enjoying every minute of it, and he is listening to her. You understand what I'm saying? He's listening to her, and he's loving the attention and the fame and everything that's coming with it. Right? So how do you, and you know that Wendy always wore them little poom poom shorts. Now you talking about her? Like you,
hold on, let me address this. Okay, I guess Molly is not in the chat.
Okay.
So for you guys that came over to see Molly, we will be doing this at 6 o'clock Pacific time.
Which is
That's
about 3 hours from. It's about
3 hours from now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's here. Molly, if you're here, I dropped the link for you.
But I mean, should you do it all separate though, or should you do it now? Because you got a couple topics.
We're going to do it separate, but I want her to come up and talk.
Okay, I got you.
What
Okay,
we're going to talk about.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what I think though, Sharrell and Diva. Like the whole thing is, and I get what Diva's saying too, but I think that the love they have for Wendy, and as family members, by her acting the way she's been acting for the last week or two, is making a mockery out of the family.
Hold on,
Right?
Perry, because everything's getting confused. We've got Molly here.
Okay.
Hi, Molly. How are you?
Hey,
I'm
Molly.
great. Thank you for the opportunity to come on your show. Hello.
Well, so
What's
what
up?
I wanted to do, was talking to Amber. I guess we got the times mixed up,
Yeah,
and I wanted to dedicate a whole show to that.
absolutely.
Why don't we, since your people are in the chat now, why don't we go ahead and do this now,
Okay,
Perry? 'Cause
absolutely.
She's got people that want to hear what's going on, and then we'll do the Wendy thing a little later. I've never done this before. Just transferred into.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about this Dre McCray case. So I did a video on it on Friday,
Right.
introducing this to my audience. This is the lady. So I don't even have my stuff ready. Sorry, Molly.
Yeah.
This is the lady. She's a makeup influencer who was dating the Marine. Really quickly catching my people up on it and giving him a drug called a herb.
Don't say the word.
No,
Just
I say it.
K. Yeah, just say K.
Okay,
Just
K.
say K. It'll
And
flag you.
it's been making her act really crazy. And she's saying the video that I showed is that he was having seizures. She chose to try to fix the seizures herself at home, make that make sense. And then we got all the way up until she went to the hospital. She refused to let the family, the mother, her children see Marvon, that's his name.
Marvon,
And
that's
what
actually
else?
her husband.
So that's where we got up to. Now I'm bringing Molly on. Thank you so much, Molly, for coming on
Oh, of course.
to update us on all kind of stuff and what's going on. I wanted to show the picture really quickly. This is them in happier times when they didn't look like two crackheads. Sorry, where they were at a decent weight. And this story is just taking over. The
Yes.
reason I moved it up is because once I did that video, so many people started reaching out,
Yeah.
wanting to talk about it.
Yeah.
Molly, so I got a slew of questions for you. I see your partner's backstage. I'm going to bring him up in a minute. So I want to take over where my audience left off. Okay, so this is a quick recap, and then we'll talk about how you're having problems with her and she wants you to stop telling this story. Now, I don't know why. That's a sign of guilt.
Oh,
me.
there's tons of signs of guilt of something.
Of something.
One
So-
thing that you got wrong is that they're not dating. They've been married for 8 years and they have one biological child, Raza, 7-year-old boy together.
And then the other two are
A previous marriage.
okay.
So he went in, he was an active Marine. It was his dream to be a Marine. And they started to date. She claims that she was at the club twerking. And that's how she met him. And he really wasn't that interested because she had children. And she said that she admits herself that she stalked him. And they got into this relationship. And
she said she stalked him.
Yeah.
Let me play this really quickly. So my audience is all caught up to the first time he went to the hospital and she refused to let the parents see him. People are insistent that I show this next video.
Sure.
She was acting weird at the hospital, being very controlling, not wanting to pay attention to the doctors. But she did something really weird, even worse than showing the seizures and filming him in a coma for her channel. But she wanted to put her saliva on him.
She did it.
Yeah, let me show this video really quick because it outraged a lot of people. And then you get the sense of just how crazy she is and how we're just not being mean to her.
Oh, it gets much bigger.
It does. Okay, hold on.
Oh
Let
my
me play
goodness,
this really quickly.
I put my saliva on him. So did. I went all up in my and put it on him, on the top of his head, on his neck, and on his arm. Saliva carries information, and I can't touch him physically, but my saliva is going to go through his body, and it's going to tell him, I'm here, I want you, wake up.
Oh, hell no!
Okay. I wanted everyone to get the feeling of just what we're dealing with. So take us up to the hospital. She's giving them a hard time. Take it from there.
Okay, so basically where it really starts is Marvon never had a problem with seizures in his life. He was a very healthy Marine, and he was medically discharged for a knee injury. They had their cute little family in Yuma, and she didn't like him being in the Marines. All of a sudden, she became gradually very controlling, and she started a alkaline vegan diet and started to introduce all of these special herbs and this holistic approach, in my opinion, using her family as guinea pigs. These children were deprived of meat. These children ate nothing but specific Dr. Betty Sabi. Yes, that diet. And what makes it crazier is she's part of an MLM, and she's a higher up in the MLM.
What is the MLM?
She sells paparazzi accessory jewelry, pyramids.
Oh,
pyramid, yes.
Oh, okay.
She's one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she's got a history of having a lot of people work under her, and a lot of these people have come out and contacted us, jumped on her channel, and said, I worked for her, and she was the most awful human being ever. So as she goes on, she starts documenting everything in her life. When she started out as a beauty influencer, she was very, I hate to say it, but she was funny. She was enchanting. People liked her, and I understand why they liked her. She is a very talented makeup artist, and gradually with this diet, she became kind of, she morphed into a monster. And
you think it's the herb that she's taking, which has the side effects? Can you say the word, Diva, of
let's just say K.
Yeah, but what is it? This drug acts as a
opioid.
It mirrors kind of, yeah.
It also causes hallucinations in some people. What was what I read from the list? And you could get hooked on it. You can get hooked on it. And a lot of people go to rehab to get off of this herb.
Yes. It treats people that are coming off of heroin. And she's giving it to her children.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She's giving it to the kids.
And the chicken had a seizure. And one of their dogs had a seizure. And one of the daughters had a seizure. So the problem is, what you're not going to believe is, he was having so many seizures. He had 8 seizures in one day and never called 911.
Damn.
When you watch these videos of this woman and how she treated him, and he was a total Southern gentleman, and she's so controlling, it's disturbing. We're all at a point where we hate watching. We can't look at her face. We can't hear her voice without us just being enraged. So things start progressing. He got a settlement for a botched knee injury. And all of a sudden they bought a big RV and a new truck. Everything is in Marvon's name, including the double wide that they move into. Now she is making hand over fist with this MLM, this paparazzi jewelry, which is $5 jewelry. And she thinks that her poo-poo don't stink. And she thinks she's, the bee's knees. And people have actually fallen for it. They do whatever she says. she was stacking money, and it gets worse. The more sick that Marvon got, he was home. She wanted him home. She even took the kids out of school and started to homeschool them. These children were outside playing at 11 o'clock at night. Not
What?
even, yes. Oh, yes. She says it. These videos are out there. Oh, yeah, they exist. And how about this? Sometimes dinner wasn't until 2 a.m.
So if I had to ask you, so the seizures come and whatnot. This is an awful question, okay? But it is what it is. Do you think this was a pre-planned thing? Or do you think she just got out of control with the herbs? Did she, because I'm hearing rumors about life insurance policies. Do you get where I'm going with this? Diva, what am I saying? Did she plan?
I think the intention was there. I think the longer that they were together, the beast came out. And once she had him by the balls, I think it got a little out of control. I think that the diet has affected her, but I do believe that there is a script in place that she has laid out to protect her. I believe as a Jehovah's Witness, they've like denounced her. They don't want anything to do with her.
The Jehovah's Witness?
Yes,
people?
They want nothing to do with her. They're like, you gotta go, girl. Yeah, for real. Yeah. This is crazy. This is the craziest story I've ever talked about.
So Marvon started having seizures. Her children?
One daughter had seizures. Yep. And then the chicken and the dog. And she recorded Marvon's seizures.
Yeah, I played that last time. Okay, so he gets seizures and he goes to the hospital and Justin has dropped. I was going to bring up Justin. She doesn't want anyone to see him. Why not?
Well, she's very controlling. In the end, he was very trapped. We see text messages going back and forth where he says, you took my cell phone away from me. She took a cell phone. He stayed home all the time. He said, I don't even have money to get a sandwich. So she kind of bled him dry and just broke his spirit. And we recently came across a video that is very disturbing of she set this up. It was very Amber Heard-like. She set up the camera, picked a fight with him. And when you see Marvon at his worst, he's like, please just leave me alone. Please, please, please just stop. I don't want to fight. Please, please stop. And she's like, but why though? Oh my God, you sound so crazy. While recording it so she could tell her friends such, and such. She's planning all of this. She's caught. She had never met her match up until Wednesday, about 12 days ago, when I had made my first video. When I first started making the videos, I was like,
so you get wind that there's this crazy lady on the internet filming her husband from the hospital that will not let the family see their son. Justin, can you call back in? I want you guys to pick it up from there. What's going on? How she called the cops on you? How you reached out to the mom? So how did you get wind of this story?
I was ending a live and a woman said, Marissa, please, we need help. We're in a Facebook group and this really needs some attention. And I get that. I kind of get that like almost every other day. I get like a new. Then I went up to bed and you know how you look at your phone. I was like, whoa, another person's talking about the same thing. So it was about midnight. And then at about 5:30 a.m., I was still awake looking at these videos. And I was for hours. I called up Justin at 5:30 in the morning. I go say, get up. And he was like, what is? I was like, you're not going to believe this. And when I tried to explain, he went, what? And I said, yeah. I said, the Justice for Marvon page on Facebook, and they've got some great, there's 3 groups exposing Dre McCray. They needed someone with a platform to talk about it. So I said, you want to know something? I'm a little channel with like 55,000 channel. But the thing is, I have a past with the Gabby Petito, Brian case. I was outside protesting.
Oh.
And I've done several cases where I actually go to the places and demand justice. So this one, I make a video that's 6:30 a.m. and she does not like that.
So she gets wind that you made a video?
And I was like, oh, this one right here, let's go. And that about 3 hours later, we got the police report that said that he tried to himself. Yeah. And I was like, wait, what? And then when we finally looked at this police report, it's very vague. It's very haphazard. It's very suspicious.
Doesn't make sense, I heard.
I was like, what? No. And I'm no detective. I'm not a reporter. I just do commentary on what I see and go on what I feel.
They're saying that she said that she stood on a chair when she seen him.
With his pocket knife.
And the cop said in the report, there was no way that she could have reached where she said and cut him down.
I wasn't there. He's 6 foot tall, and it wasn't. It's a basic aluminum shed that you get at Home Depot for a few $100s. He was sleeping out there at one point to get away from her. He had no money. She took it all away from him. She emasculated this man. She was forcing this diet on him. He was a nice buff. He had everything going for him, young, and then all of a sudden, the gaunt looking and and you could see that this family is like not normal. And it was her. She documented everything. And the more videos that these Facebook groups clipped, you have to look at them and say, there's no way that I'm watching this. As he's having a seizure and sleeping between seizures, she goes up to the camera with a dropper and she goes like this. And she goes, Marvon, I need you to take this. I need you to shake this. And she's dropping Ativan into his mouth.
Oh, Molly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So she, at some point you reached out to the family. Yeah. Why? And what did they say to you?
They, Miss Letitia's the mother, and then Mr. Jackson, Marvon Jr. Sr. was, I believe that in the Facebook groups, I said, here we go. I'll do it. Me and Justin are going to do it. And we kept on it. I mean, there was so much content, you couldn't stay away. But we did go, we asked larger audiences, larger channels with numbers as yourself, and they said that there was just way too much to catch up on. So we're on like day 12. So we learn new stuff every day. We hate this. On that first night, and this is the last time she's been seen. She jumps on this chick's Facebook Live who had just discovered her and says, oh, Dre, you're getting so much hate. I'm going to stick up for you and blah, 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 blah. Crazy contest. And towards the end, she says, Molly Golightly, you do not affect me. I am unbothered. I'm here living my best life. I don't care about someone who bit her nails off.
Dre says this about you.
Dre's basically saying this to me, and that it's none of my business. That her family, what's going on in that family is none of my business. It's your business. It's your business. It's your business. It's everyone's business because she put it out to the whole world. But she's never had anybody call her out before. It's been me. I don't like the fact that she turned Mr. Jackson and Mrs. Jackson when they went back. They went to the VA hospital. She recorded herself. She walked out, wouldn't even look at them. And she goes, we need to call security. And he's, you could hear the tears. He goes, what? He goes, this is my baby. I just drove 3,000 miles. I'll get to kiss my baby. And the VA hospital told her, listen, you need to go in another room because this is his father. They can go see him. So we got to spend a couple of hours with him. We just got off the phone with Marvon's father and mother, stepmother. That was tough. And by the time Miss Letitia, the biological mother, came out, she was completely denied, devastated. So this is what this little witch did. You know what she did? To his mother. His mother is a very classy Southern lady. Yes, ma'am, Miss Letitia. And she said, I just want to see my baby. What did I do? What did I do? She had put up a video saying, this woman, Letitia, his mother, is nothing but an egg donor because she gave Marvon up because she got pregnant at an early age and grandma raised him for a couple of years. And my response to that was, how dare you? See, and it's especially since it was the week that Roe versus Wade was kind of turned over. I said, we talk about stories about people harming their children. We hear horror stories about CPS. And I said, listen, you have no right talking to this woman like that. She did the right thing. She was not in a position to raise these children at that time. But I mean, really going at the mother. And we've had the mother on here crying. So she flew back. She was not able to see her son. And we got together, all of us, Facebook people, everyone on YouTube. We all chipped in.
Amber channel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to bring you up in a second, Amber. Keep going.
Amber, Justin, LB, quite a few of us. And we were donating to the GoFundMe.
You donated money?
I donated like $1,400. Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice.
Good for you. Oh my gosh.
They need it. I'm blessed. They need it. They need it. They need it. I don't do GoFundMe. So what we're doing is we're putting her Cash App. And she's like, oh, and she's been very forthcoming with all the money she's getting. She's saying, thank you. I got this. And that's great because I don't really like GoFundMe. I've been burned on it a few times. Every time I do try and donate to that.
Let me ask you this, Molly. Did Dre call the cops on you?
I was here live on Justin's channel. Ding dong. And I'm like, is that Egg McMahon or is that my chicken? And it's the police, Hershey police. And then I've had the cops called on me before because of what I do. And they know who I am. And he said, I went over there and I said, what's going on? He said, oh, we got reached. He goes, we were trying to call you because this wasn't a matter that we had to come out and tell you, but we were contacted by the authorities over in Arizona. They're saying that you put out a video asking someone to go by the one street to see if her RV was outside her mother's house. I guess she considered it doxing. Maybe she made the call. Maybe it was another channel holder that did it. I'm unsure. So he told me, he goes, we know what you do. We know CPS knows what I do. They're very well aware of what I do. So people are vindictive and they think that they're hurting me or that they're going to scare me away. They're going to have to try a lot harder. They're going to have to show up with a chainsaw, okay, in order to get me to shut up. And he says that because of everything that's happening, there's multiple agencies involved. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the FBI, CPS. And he goes, agencies that shouldn't even be involved with this. He goes, you have your First Amendment right. I said, uh-huh. And he goes, just know that there's a fine line. She's saying that she's, you know, that people are going to the hospital, that people are going to the house, that you're sending people to the house. I never actually gave out the number of the address. I said, just drive down that street. If you see a camper, then we know she's still there. Now, is it wrong? I know that now, but I didn't give the real address. So I was like, all right, my bad. So
She's definitely trying to stop bloggers from talking about it. I'm going to bring in another content creator, bring her up. And also, Justin, please call back. This is unbelievable.
Hey, Sharrell, I'm going to drop then and give you room, okay?
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
Perry.
do you need me to go to Sharrell?
No,
Thank-
I mean, if
Okay.
you want to.
Okay, I
So
can say.
if you want to. This is good. We got 4 on the screen. Hi, Amber.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've talked to you already about
Yeah.
some of the things that Dre has done.
Yeah.
I wanted you to tell me the things that you find odd about Drea and just the experience that you've had once you've entered. She wants this to stop. You were saying something about the kids, and no one knows where she is, right?
Well, I mean, according to Molly, they think she's outside, you know, in the RV, right outside the mom's house.
She just took off in the RV. Why?
Mhm.
because she kept moving Marvon. Anytime someone came to see him, once he was at the VA and they allowed dad and stepmom Wynette to go see him, she moved him.
Yeah. 4 times. 4 times on life support.
4 times. It's
Well,
awful.
so the family can't see him anymore?
Well, we've all collected money for Miss Letitia, and Letitia, her husband, the son, they jumped behind the wheel at 4:00 in the morning. Nothing was planned, and then all of a sudden we started giving her all the cash. She said, Miss Marissa, we're packing our stuff and we're leaving right now. And she made it there quick. She's there now.
Okay.
We've just been showing her tons of love. There are some sickos that are trying to kind of use fake cash apps so that it goes to them. Yeah, people are getting shady. People are trying to slander Miss Letitia. And Miss Letitia came on here crying. She goes, I don't understand. I never knew social media could be this brutal. She's like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. What did I do? She goes, I just have a little Facebook. I go over there and I look at my funny videos and that's it. Well, she arrived about 4:45. They are at a hotel. And I told her, do not let anyone know where you are, and just let me know after you see him.
Crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Diva. We didn't know.
It's so heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of emotions, Sharrell. When you watch the videos that Dre puts out, they're so revolting.
She's still putting out videos?
No.
Okay.
No, not since I started. And I'm getting others too as well. I'm trying to get her into a corner and be like, listen, we have your number. Yeah. And thank you for making all of these wonderful videos and giving us so much to talk about that can be used against you. So apparently right now, they opened the investigation, according to the father that we just heard from a half hour ago, because she went to the hospital and was caught putting something into his feeding tube.
I missed that part.
Okay, you guys just heard it here. This is insane. This woman, this is my opinion, is intentionally trying to keep this man sick or possibly even end it.
Oh my God. I missed that.
It's so sad. It's so sad. So, I mean, when you hear Miss Letitia, there's no way that you can't hold back the tears. And I've lost it about 3 or 4 times every time I'm live. These videos are so hard to watch because she is exploiting him. Oh, there's one video where she's like, oh my God, I got a new dress. He's laying in the bed. She goes right up to the camera. She poses and she goes, get a screenshot. And he's in the back on life support. And she's like, with the wigs going and the full face of makeup every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she got there, guess what else she did? She went and got her nails done.
Are the police involved, or do you not know? Because this is.
I called them up and they said.
You called the police.
Oh, yeah. Immediately, that first day, I said, yeah, you are. But she goes, yes, there's a detective on it. We did get his name, but I've never spoken to him. There it is. That's the picture.
That's the picture right there with Marvon in the back.
Oh my God.
She was doing a photo shoot in her new dress.
Well, you want? I'll answer this statement. They're saying that there's no investigation. I hope that Andrea believes that there's no investigation, because if there is not an investigation, I'm going to show up with 2,000 of my closest friends to Yuma Police and make sure that this is opened.
Okay, whoa. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Oh, do you look at our faces? You're going to go
Absolutely
and make sure that an investigation is being done.
Yeah.
God bless you. And somebody needs to do it before she takes down those videos. I know people.
Oh no, we got them. We got them.
We got them.
The girls in the Facebook groups, Exposing Dre McCray on Facebook. We have every single video. They ripped everything.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know where to begin.
You can't. It's just we're going back years. Yeah. But you're getting the gist. You're getting the gist of it, and the press has not picked it up yet, because what I believe is they need the story to go one way or the other, and I think you know what I mean.
That's bad.
To, heaven forbid, expire, or what I'm praying for is for him to open his eyes, get that rehabilitation he needs, and I want to hear him say, "What?"
So how long has he been in a coma?
6 weeks
May
now?
23rd. Yeah.
May 23rd.
Okay, Diva, you're a nurse. Have you heard of anyone coming out of a coma?
Oh yeah, anything is possible. But
what's the longest you've heard of someone being in a coma that woke up?
You know what? I can't think right now, Sharrell, but I will say this. The problem I'm having with his story is the amount of seizures he had with unattended, no medical care. That's the real problem that I'm having. And the other problem that I'm having that on top of this is whatever herb it was that, he was given throughout this long time period. So you're talking a lot of things there. You're talking maybe there's some malnutrition too that helped no one. So it's not just one thing. There's so many things on top of the other that is really just disturbing to me. And I don't know. And the fact that they're still allowing her to even be in the room is a problem. Yeah. Oh, they're saying there's no brain activity.
What does that mean, Diva? I know you're a nurse. What does that mean?
Well, that's not a good sign. I'll just put it that way.
How can you have no brain activity? And Amber, you told me this earlier, but he breathes on his own?
Yeah, he breathes on his own, but he does have a trach just in case he stops breathing on his own.
But is he on a ventilator?
He was.
No.
He was.
He's not, right, Molly?
He was, and then they took him off.
Yeah.
And she goes on videos and says, "Oh, my baby's getting better every day."
While he's on video.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, he just turned his head, my baby," and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is the devil. This is Satan right here. This is Satan. Oh my God, I rebuke you. Oh my gosh." And it's terrible what she's doing to him. There will be no sympathy. There is zero sympathy for this girl. She is evil to the core. Evil.
Amber, you're worried about the children. Why? And you said something about CPS. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's now the 8th or 9th day. She had 10 days ordered by the court to get the children to a pediatrician to check them out.
We don't know that for sure because it came from KJ.
Ah, okay.
I
Gotcha.
don't find her to be
Well,
reliable.
this is what you heard. This is what you heard. What did you hear?
Yeah. Well, last night Molly was showing, the 14-year-old. I sent you do you have those? I sent the before and after pictures of the 14-year-old.
She lost 20 pounds.
20 pounds on this diet, who also never had seizures before this diet and also tried to unalive herself as well as like Marvon did. Lost 20 pounds off of this diet and tried to unalive herself at 14 years old.
Oh, she attempted to take her own life. The 14-year-old?
Yes, because she started having seizures as well.
Oh my God.
So everybody's having seizures except for Drea.
Yeah, she doesn't have any seizures.
That's interesting.
Well, she claims, Madame, since you're a nurse, when you see the videos of her saying, listen, she gives medical advice, and she says, you know what, you got herpes, I can cure herpes, I can cure AIDS, I can cure everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's mind-blowing.
Let me put this picture on the screen. I just missed her super
Not
chat.
of the kid, right, Sharrell?
Huh? Yes.
Not of the kid.
Oh, don't do the kid?
Don't do the kid.
Oh, I
The
can't.
kid.
Diva's right. Thank you for reminding me. I can't put the pictures up of the child, but Amber has sent me a picture of the child who looks just like them. In one picture, she looks healthy at a regular weight, and in the next picture, she's a toothpick.
Yeah.
At 14
and she's bragging.
years old.
She's bragging. The whole post is just of her bragging, saying that her daughter feels more lighthearted. She's more confident. She's lost 20 pounds due to this diet. She's happy. This is 14 years old. You're supposed to be gaining weight. You're supposed to be hitting those growth spurts where you thin out, fatten up, thin out, fatten up. Plus, with her, being so young, this could cause fertility issues, also eating disorders in her head. You've got this mother saying, oh, well, you need to lose 20 pounds at 14, when she was perfectly healthy before that.
Everyone's telling me to black out the face. I haven't had time to black out the face.
No, don't.
Yeah.
You know what, Sharrell, I don't even want you to put it up. I mean, they can get the idea of what she's about just from what she did to her own husband. I mean, when you show the pictures of them, imagine they were much healthier at one point, and look at them now. So you can just imagine only what the child looks like. I'm just really shocked that no one else, like authorities, have stepped in at this point, and they should have like Amber Alerts out on these kids. Right.
I will say this about the Dr. Sadie diet. A lot of people have gone on the Dr. Sadie diet and have not lost their mind. Lisa Left Eye Lopez made it famous, I think. Tasha K has interviewed the wives, and he was a health person. I think he introduced CMOS to everyone, but
she did that as well.
He did not promote this drug.
Yeah.
And he definitely didn't promote you things that might give you seizures. So don't confuse the two. People overdo things a lot. And I've followed some of the things in Dr. Sadie's diet. I'm not ever taking any medicine by the spoonfuls and just downing it down my throat. It's one thing to watch what you eat, but I don't think anything's healthy to take. No medicine. And all medicines are made from plants.
Right.
Some are good for you, some are bad.
You're also talking to a girl who's like, we're natural. We are all blah, 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 blah. We're so natural. We're alkaline. This is she has injected lips. She injects her lips. She wears cheap makeup. She puts, she got popular for a video. Well, if you want to know how she got popular, for putting Monistat chafing cream as a primer. Monistat for yeast infections. Yeah, she used it as a primer. Yeah, That's how she got her fans.
So she's got, this is mentally disturbed. If anyone wanted to ask Amber or
whatever this lady's
Holly,
name is.
sorry, any questions, please put them in the chat or call. Let me bring up a caller we have backstage. My Beaver unit says, Molly, I sent a message on Instagram. Would you read it? You're probably getting a lot of messages these days.
So many.
Sebastian, did you have a question or comments about what's going on? Have you been following this story?
This is just so dangerous. This is just so crazy. Like, I'm shocked. I'm still in shock after the saliva part.
Did you see that? It was crazy.
I feel like she has Munchausen syndrome by proxy. I feel like that's what she really does have, but she should not be having those kids. Someone needs to go get those kids out of her hands.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. Let's bring up another caller. Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Did you have any comments or questions for Molly or Amber?
No, but I do know Dre. I've been watching Dre.
You know her?
Yeah, I've been watching her ever since 2017 doing makeup. And it wasn't the stuff that you were talking about she was putting on her face was not true. What it is, it's what is it called? It's not monostat. It's something else. But everybody was doing it back in the day until they found what do you call it? You know, the stuff you put on your face before you put
the hemorrhoid cream.
Yeah, everybody
Okay, preparation aid.
Right, everybody was doing it.
Right.
Before
do you think something's wrong with Dre?
I think now it is. Dre used to didn't be like that. Let me tell you one thing. I do remember I was watching Dre and another girl. They were really close, and I used to watch both of them. And then when Dre was sick, her body was hurting, and she was overweight.
Right.
And she was trying different things to lose weight. She tried eating right. She tried exercising. It just didn't work for her. And she would constantly go to the doctor trying to find out what was wrong, and they never gave her a straight answer. So then, and Dre used to be a very sensitive woman. She loved her husband. She loved her kids. And after a while, I stopped watching Dre, and it wasn't for a specific reason. I just stopped. And I tell you what, Dre was the one that taught me how to put eyeliner on. But then I
hear she's a good makeup artist, but she's off her rocker now.
She is a good makeup artist, but I just didn't keep up with Dre. So I stopped. And then one day I thought, I was sitting at home and I was bored. So I said to myself, let me see what Dre is doing. And I go to her page, and all this, I'm like, Vaughn is in the hospital and he's got, a brain injury. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know anything about it. And then she was in the hospital, and she was saying how long he had been in a coma. And I'm like, oh, he's not going to make it. And then boom. And then on another channel, people were talking about it. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So then I went back to her channel, and then all of her videos were down. And just some were left, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell is Dre doing? So all of this comes to a shock and surprise to me. But I can tell you one thing. Dre was never like this before. This is something that she got into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I got a full house. Thank you for calling in. Let me bring up more callers.
No
I appreciate you
problem.
calling in. Take care, guys. Bye. Would you agree, Molly, with the caller that she's gotten worse over time?
I just heard of her over a week ago, almost 2 weeks ago.
Let's see if people have more questions. Hi, Tulsa. Can you there? Okay. Is it Stephanie? Stephanie. Did you have a question or a comment for Amber
Yes, I
or Molly?
actually had a comment to make. There's a lot of misinformation being spread about this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been a follower of Dre's for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in agree I don't agree with what she has done to Vaughn or any of this what's going on right now at the moment. But what I can say is, for example, I know you're saying her daughter has seizures because of what the diet and whatever. That is
Well,
absolutely false.
we didn't say
Um,
because of the diet. We just said, and she also experiences seizures. Go
so
ahead.
her seizures come from when she was a child, a lot younger. Before she even met Vaughn, the daughter had health issues like seizures. She's actually recovered. She hasn't had seizures in a very long time. But yeah, that's one of the things that's being said about one of her daughters. I won't mention her name. So I feel like maybe we should leave the kids out. I know it's so wrong, what she's doing, even to the children. I know it's wrong, but maybe we can leave the kids out and just speak about what she's done to Vaughn, because Vaughn's the one that needs support. He's the one that's in critical condition. I mean, I would assume it's critical condition. He's the one that's, you know, in a coma basically. And I think that's what we need to keep our eyes focused on is Vaughn at the moment. And I'm sure the kids are now being like taken care of by the state. Maybe we don't know, but for I don't know. I just, as far as the
And you
daughter
feel
with the
bad. I
seizures,
could hear it in your voice, don't you?
yeah, I do, because it's horrible. You guys, I don't know the family personally, but like I said, I have been I've even subscribed to her paparazzi jewelry business. I've been a supporter of hers on her channel since she opened up supporter group. Um, so I mean, it's just really bad. Like, the kids have nothing to do with this. Her daughters don't know. They
I
have to do what their mom tells
respectfully
them.
disagree.
I disagree. I'm sorry. I do. I
I'm
do.
very worried about them, and so is their biological father.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, this brings in another
hmm
but
portion.
uh,
You spoke to the biological father, didn't you?
Yes, I
Is
did.
he worried? What did he say?
Absolutely. He said that what he wants me to tell everyone was that, and keeping it short, that CPS did contact him. They told him that
Oh,
CPS was
okay.
questioning his two daughters
Uh-huh.
and that he is waiting for them to finish their investigation. I think that he is a bit intimidated by her. He said
All
that
right.
she's very smart.
I'm gonna
And
go ahead and get
gets
off. I
away
just
with
wanted to say that
Hold on, we were
the daughter,
clicking. I'm going to drop you, Steph. Thank you so much for calling in. Tulsa, really quickly, sound off really quickly.
Yes, thank you, ladies, for bringing this story up. How can I follow this story? Because I want to do my due diligence. This could be anybody. How can I help?
Oh, Molly.
I would say right
Justice for
now,
Vaughn.
the trending is Justice for Vaughn. The best place to go is Facebook. The groups, there's 3 groups. You want to go to Justice for Vaughn, Exposing Dre McCray, and what's the other one? Deception.
Deception. Oh my God. You would
I
have.
know I can never remember it. But Justin and I, which is Justice for All on YouTube, he is my partner. We go live every day, but we piggyback off each other. So one day I'll go live, and then the next day he goes live. So yeah, you can get a catch-up video by LB, ELLEBEE. She did a 30-minute video with photos explaining the whole story. She did an excellent job.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
and there's also a site called Exposed on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
Exposed. Yeah.
And Tulsa, you have my DM. DM me, and then I'll send you all of that too. What she just said, I'll send it over to you at Facebook and IG.
Okay, and this is another thing. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we should leave the kids out of it." I feel like the kids are. This is trauma to them, so we definitely need to make sure they are okay. If this woman is doing all this, I mean, if my husband was on life support and I'm up here taking pictures, I just asked him, I said, you on life support and I'm taking pictures, how you gonna feel? It wasn't right.
Yeah.
No.
And that was the only statement that I needed to know. Those children need their father, and we need to get out here. We need to speak up. Like I've always said, silence is violence. It doesn't matter who is involved. If you can do something, make a phone call, do your due diligence. It could be your people.
Silence
is
so much.
Thank you, Tulsa, for calling in. I appreciate the call. Listen.
Go
ahead, Amber. Go ahead.
Because I understand a lot of people want to leave the kids out of it, but what you don't understand is Drea has put these children on camera. She has talked to these children through Von's seizures while she was away.
Mm-hmm.
These children have been front row and center to this, being in the public eye because of Drea. So there is no leaving the children out of this because they have been exposed to way too much, way too fast, at way too young of an age. And it's because of this woman who has possession of these children, who is on this diet, who is bragging about her 14-year-old and gives them spoonfuls of powder of the K stuff herself. So they are in danger. They are important.
They are. I believe they really are. She's being caught taking videos down, erasing things. She's hiding. People have said to me, they will said, ever since you and Justin started, we've never heard her so silent.
Right. I mean, the child asked for a picture of meat. A picture.
7 years old. Mom, can I just see a picture of meat?
That's how much they want food.
And then he drew a picture of the family, 7-year-old, Raza, and put devil horns on the mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm running out of time. I got about 3 minutes. Let me take a couple calls. I'm totally backed up, but Autumn, did you have a quick question for Molly or Amber, or did you have a comment?
I just want to thank you for bringing this story to our awareness, Sharrell. When you broke the story on Friday, I went back and I watched Paris Milan's video, and I've been sending it to everybody that I know, and I've been doing my own research, and there's so many different layers to this. And for that one call that said that she followed her and she thinks that the children should be left out of it, that's the problem. My biggest problem with this whole thing, outside of Drea and what she did and Von, allowing whatever to take place, all of that could be discussed at a later date. But the fact that she had over 500,000 subscribers and people literally watched this, and nobody sounded the alarm until this man ended up in the hospital. It was evident that there was something psychologically off. They literally went from eating regular food to eating anything under the kitchen sink, taking trips across the border, getting boxes of God knows what, and feeding it to herself, her kids, the dog, everybody. And people just sat back, watched it, and did absolutely nothing. And like Tulsa said, silence is violence. Enough is enough. This is crazy. You can't just sit back, watch wrong being done, and nobody do stuff. Also, I know you guys mentioned the one supplement that they took, but there's another supplement that they took that's even more disturbing. It's actually a hallucinogenic, and that kind of explains why he was having so many massive seizures, because it puts you into a hallucinatory state, and it definitely would make you seem like he didn't know whether he was in his body, out of his body, and trance-like. That's what we were seeing, now that we see what's going on. That explains why he was the way that he was. And that leads me to believe when the baby was talking about the quote unquote knockout drug that the mother gives him, this is bigger, and people can't be quiet. So thank you for bringing this to our attention. And I think more people need to contact local authorities. That lady needs to go to jail yesterday. There's no way And a lot of people, like, and the chat was full of dummies, people asking this woman for medical advice. Whatever they started off taking these supplements for, be it a headache, a backache, whatever the case may be, not only did that get worse, but everything else in your body started shutting down, and you still thought that she had the answer. It's ludicrous. It's crazy.
All right. Thank you so much, Autumn, for calling, and I appreciate the call.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
So,
okay, Molly, Amber,
Yes.
you guys are going to be following this story. I will also be following the stories. I would love to have you guys back for updates. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We all need to stay on top of this story. Also, I'm going to be bringing in other TikTokers that went down to protest. I'm going to follow this story. Go to Molly's channel. What's the name of your channel, Molly?
Molly Golightly. Golightly.
She will keep you updated on what's going on. Go to Amber's channel. Amber, what's the name of your channel?
The Amber channel.
I will be bringing these guys back.
yes.
Especially you two. Doing more interviews, getting involved. She has it out for you, Molly.
She does. She does.
Yeah. And so
it
isn't over. You're not backing down. You show no fear. And I appreciate what both of you guys are doing, shedding a light to this. Please come back. Maybe every couple days we'll work something out, guys.
Sharrell, what everybody can do is also all your local news, they have like a info line, sort of like a hotline, so to speak. We need to call our local news and tell them to pick up this story, and so that this can take some more traction, because we do need to save these kids.
Yeah.
The kids are important.
For the confusion on the times, but I will have a designated time from now on where we will just dedicate the whole hour and a half to Vaughn and justice for Vaughn. This is horrible. Thank you guys again. I appreciate you coming on. All right, guys, I'm so sorry. I've got a lot of people backstage. I will be dedicating a whole hour to this every time I do it. I want to cover the story like once every 2 days, something like that. Go to Molly's channel, Amber channel. They will be covering it daily.
Thank you, guys. God
Thank
bless
you, guys.
Nice
All right.
seeing
Thanks,
you.
guys.
So if I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. Please click this like button on your way out. And Diva, oh my God, on 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye.